Hello. It's everyone's favorite hot mess mama. Now, I have actually been contemplating what to do with my makeup today. If I wanted a really full coverage look or if I wanted to go a little bit more natural. As the primary colors that I'm wearing are tan and black, I decided that I'm going to do a mixture of both. But the main thing for this look to be correct is you don't want to look like you have foundation on your face, or you don't want to look like you have a lot of foundation on your face. And full disclaimer, none of my products are name brand. Well, actually, is Profusion a name brand? Like, is it one of those bougie brands? I don't know. I have a Profusion eyeshadow palette, which also comes with creams, blushes, and I guess contouring colors. As you can see, I'm about white as I almost match my walls, is how white my skin is. So, contouring is not so much for me. However, you do see the hyperpigmentation. This is no filter. It's like, it's pretty scary around my eyes. And I have it on my chest and splotches down on my arms and stuff. It's a thing, I guess. So this look, I have my Rimmel London Stay Matte in True Ivory and Lubriderm Daily Moisturizer. And what I do is I combine the both of them to kind of make a more sheer foundation, but with the coverage properties, I guess you could say. It is very, I'll show you. So, this is a very, very thick cream. Like, I mean, straight up looks like a little turd. Like, oh, there we go. There we go. And yeah, it's very thick. And doing it on your, using just this, I mean, if you like real heavy makeup, yeah. So this, I'm just doing about the same amount, just a little dab. And again, I don't want foundation on my entire face. Today's just about covering up the eyes and making a good mask, I guess. I don't know. So, there we go. This. So just blend it in. And it's gonna get lumpy and clumpy for a second because the two don't really like to mix. But you keep blending, and there go. Like, yeah. And now you can apply it with your finger. You can apply it with the thing you use to mix it. And just real quick, I'm going to do the one eye just to give you an idea of how actually good it works. And I just tapped just a very little bit. And this is nothing special. It's a dollar store sponge thing I got in the art aisle to paint with. And yeah, like the paints that I got not from the dollar store actually were bad, and I had to throw them away. So you can see now, yes, there is still just a little bit of color peeking through. Now, I don't necessarily mind, but if you're someone who you go out and about throughout the day and you have to have like that coverage, even though you don't want, you can go back in and just, again, nice and stipple, evenly distributing. I do this when I want to do a full face, and I do this really whenever. And then also at the end of the day, it makes removing your makeup so much easier. Because legitimately, all you have to do is get like a little square of tissue, pump some of the lotion onto the square, and oh my gosh, like, you don't have to use very much pressure. I have very sensitive eyes, and like, it's just, yeah. And like, I actually have really decent skin, amazingly. I don't have a quote unquote skincare routine. I do wash my face almost daily, and right now what I'm doing is I'm just getting the rest of the product off of the sponge. And as you can see, it's not and I will bring the camera up close and personal before going on to the powders. But as you can see right now, that's all I've done. And it's already just an even cast of color. And, you know, you don't have to have a colorless blender or a concealer. A lot of times I find concealers aren't correctly pigmented for my skin color. And I mean, I have such a unique ivory skin color, and part of that's thanks to the Spanish in my bloodline, and the other part is thanks to the Native American. If only I could tan. That would be. But I can't. And, like, I mean, not even a little bit. I will sunburn. I'll be sunburned for maybe 2 days. And then I am 3 times whiter. Yeah. Woohoo! So, now that it's had a little bit of time to dry and melt into my skin, and you can see right here, like, it didn't really blend completely, and that's totally okay, especially if you're going to be doing your eyes afterwards. But just go in with your fingers, light taps. The other thing is, if you're not going to do this with a makeup look and you really need it to be seamless and blendable up on there, that's when you could take your setting powder or fluffy brushes and just fluff and bluff until there is no more fluffing. I inevitably always do my eyes, even when I only do just a little bit of makeup, because I don't like the way, I like some color on my skin, I should say. I really cannot stand. So this is gonna be a medium range dark look. Jesse David, what are you doing? Okay. And I always start on the outer corner and go towards the inner corner. Hey, there we go. That works. And something I'm also going to disclaim is I don't necessarily have enough money to buy name brand products. I mean, the Profusion makeup palette is legitimately the most expensive palette I've ever owned. And it was a gift. So, I mean, like, but namely, as I've dubbed myself, Hot Mess Mama, I mean, you can pretty much guess I'm a mom. Like, I buy stuff for the functionality and running of my household, and I don't do much of anything else. Now, that being said, if you guys like to go and buy makeup and stuff for your houses, and it's, like, that is freaking awesome. It's just never been a priority for me to have to do that. I love playing with makeup. Growing up, I didn't know really what makeup was. If and when I had my makeup done, it was because I was in a dance recital or singing in my choir. And so, because of that, I didn't have a lot of exposure to makeup. And the first time that I received makeup as a gift, it was a Christmas present, and it had an instructional pamphlet thing that showed eyes and shapes and stuff like that, but it didn't say, like, this is for a human face. So I thought it was art pigments to draw on easels and sketches and stuff like that. Like, why would it be for a human face? I've never seen this. I've only ever seen eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. And that is legitimately what I thought only went on a human face. Like, the people that I grew up with didn't wear makeup on a day-to-day basis. So, my first makeup palette became my art palette, really. And that being said, I learned how to really manipulate the colors and created some amazing pieces of art with them. I wish I still had them, but I don't. And that is okay. Anyways, so, like, if you can see, the first two colors that I laid down my eyes were a matte brown, and there on the inner corner I have a shimmery rustic color, and then This color on me is like a true orange, and I'm blending that in and up to my crease bone. Now I do have, and I mean, I could imagine almost everybody at this point, if by the 30s, ends up having these, I have age wrinkles in my eyes. And I work around them. If you can, if you're competent with your makeup enough to where you can open your eyes, doesn't have to be very wide, just wide enough to where some of the lines aren't as prevalent. This will help with building your color and blending. Now, I'm not necessarily worried about having the colors 100% blended until the final stages. Namely because this is going for a more organic look. The longer that it sits on your face without being blended, the longer the product warms up and will then melt or meld into your skin so that it doesn't, I don't know if you can see. I'm going to take my, there we go. This is my Wet n Wild packing brush. It gets wet, it gets wild. And I'm going to go to the shimmer and right to the crease. Just ease. Now this, I am definitely putting a little bit of pressure. And as I'm going up into the crease, I'm turning so the side that had the product is no longer facing away from me, but is blending in very crudely with the rustic shade. And I do this for two reasons. One, it's going to give a contrast to the red and darker shade that I have. And it's going to give the illusion of my eye being more open. At least I think so. This is one of my favorite blending I guess it's a blending technique. So again, colors dispersed on this side, right at the crease line. Go up, put pressure, turn, and this is just like really the very tip of the brush. I'm not going in too hard, and it's, yeah. And sometimes you need to go over it once or twice to get the correct color payoff you want. And that is perfectly fine. No matter how you choose to do your makeup, just take your time. Like, it really, yeah. So now, I'm gonna do the bottom of my eye. Again, for 2 reasons. Any blending mess ups that I have on the top. If I have the bottom of my eye done, it'll draw people's attention to the inner corner, and that's what they'll notice. They'll notice the beautiful inner area eye more than they will the outer eye. And it'll tie in the look to, you know, even if you're not doing a super glam look, doing the bottom lash line just does something. So this is a peachy orange that is almost as orange as the fire orange I had. I just took a fan brush and removed some of the excess. So now on my inner corner, I'm gonna take like a really gorgeous gold. And just right there at the tear line. And now I'm gonna go over the outer corners again. And this time, instead of using a matte color, I'm gonna use 2 with the bend brush. And this will give the new colors a little bit of depth. Now, as you see, I'm holding it towards the end of the brush, and this makes it a nice and light touch. This gives it a good, it leaves room for error. It's not too, you know, you really don't need to do a lot of pressure, especially if you're blending with really pigmented colors. But it's not going to be, I don't know. If you can't tell, I'm super tired. Anyway, like I said, this is what I do for when I do makeup. I've actually asked a couple pro makeup people, and you know, they're like, oh, you should never put your moisturizer, you should never mix it with your makeup because of da 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 da. And I'm like, well, okay, but I've literally done it, I'd say, for close to 5 years now, and it always yields the best makeup look for me. That being said, I have extremely good quality skin. I don't know what, like, who or why or how my skin is the way it is, but I've been extremely blessed with really good skin. So now I do have a eyeliner. I might use it on the bottom lash, but I want to do a not extremely winged, but a wing look. So I like to lick it or get it wet. I don't want to get up right now, so licking it. And I am the only person who uses my makeup products, so don't worry, it's only my germs, nobody else's. So now just towards, and if you're using a brush like this, an angled brush, to do your eyeliner, depending on how you apply it, whatever side you want to be the thinnest, you should have it turned. Like if you want the inner corner to be super thin, turn it and go this way. If you want this to be super sharp and laid, again, keep it this way. The mid of the eye, I'd say about from here to here, doesn't necessarily have to be thin. So in that, so let's see if I can. That doesn't look good at all. One sec. Don't know why that wing did not look good, but I do not like it. I think I might have went with the shape of my eye just a little bit too much. So we're gonna.
Damn it!
What happened?
I opened the freezer and everything fucking fell. Damn it!
Technical difficulties.
Fucking that.
Scratch pants. There we go. Well, as this side didn't look good, I just, you know what? I don't need a wing today. So now, to follow suit, I am going to do my bottom line. And again, I'm using eyeshadow, so if you don't have a very steady hand, I do not recommend doing this. Now, if you have a pomade or a liquid liner, definitely, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we could all agree eyeshadow is not for the inner eye. But this is how I do my eyeliner 9 times out of 10 because I just love the bold look. I don't really care too much for colored liner. So, yeah. And it's very rare that I actually mess up on the inner corner, but I am very used to touching my eyes and wiping away whatever debris or weird stuff could be. So again, I'm not really too concerned if I mess up. Now I'm going over with the shimmer, just giving it another blending out anywhere I think is a little bit okay. So now back to the Stompy Stomp. I don't know why I said it that way, but back to the stamp. This here is almost empty, but it's the last of my magic powder. And again, this is how I do it. For me, it's worked. I always love this, how I look afterwards. And I don't really ever have too many issues with this look. So I know I joked about contouring, like, because of my, I do actually do a little bit of contouring. Mostly, I guess you could say it's adding in shadow for me, because I have such a flat, uniform color tone. So placement is for anyone is going to be because of their face. Now, I have a round face, but a square-ish jawline. So going down here to blend up is not gonna work for me, because it's going to pull down my face. It's gonna really elongate it. I mean, maybe if I was cosplaying, but that type of look is not for me. So I am gonna do where most people used to put blush, right here at the apple or dimple of my cheek. I am not gonna try to go like, but just right here at the dimple, stipple down a little bit right here, kind of in a 3-way, a very broken up 3. This Trinity has broken. This is just laying an outline for the blending. Again, same thing over here. Find the dimple, just right about here. You can see that's a evenish spot. And stipple, stipple, stipple. Is there any color on there? There we go. And again, like I said, it's adding shadow. Like, that's really all it is doing for me. it's giving me a little bit of shadow. So now I'm gonna do that same shade and one shade darker. Tap off any excess, and I'm going to connect the Trinity. Now, I don't like to connect it until the shadow work is laid down, and just because that gives me a good idea of where the blending is gonna have to be. Now, I could do a real dark shadow and really run into contour, but again, I'm going for a more gentle, natural look. So obviously I'm a round person. I'm not gonna have real sharp cheekbones. So, well, actually I do have really high formed cheekbones, but that's besides the point. I'm not gonna be like sharp. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, fluffy person here. So it's not necessary for me to continue to blend. Now this is highlighter. I like to put highlighter just about everywhere because I can. I like it. It's one of my favorite. It's actually one of the reasons why I use so much highlighter is because a lot of times it really tones down the contour and gives a more subtle, natural look. And now for blush. Now this I have to be careful with because it's a peachy shade brush, but it's very pigmented, and a little bit goes a long way. And now lastly, for the face laying, I almost don't want to show this because I know people will come for me. Baby powder. And yes, I know the talcum, very bad. I know. But when you don't have a whole lot, you use what you got. And I do this over everything. Fight the urge to sneeze. And actually, really, I absolutely love baby powder. I love the smell. I love just about everything. And today, I am not going to be doing my eyebrows or mascara. So I'm gonna finish off with a lip gloss. Okay. I don't like that color. Much better. So in case so now you have a glamorous look. It's very subtle. It's not too like in your face. I'm wearing makeup, but at the same time it's, I don't know. That's how I do a calmer face. Hope you like the video.